Broadcasting live from the Jersey Shore, it's Coach Kev on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
Rowdy Roddy Piper, who gave me permission to use his name as a fighter, and so I hope him and my dad had a good time watching this today.
Rest in peace, Rowdy Roddy.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Damage 365 Radio. This is episode number 27, and as most of you know, we lost a wrestling legend, an icon, a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest mouthpieces ever in the history of this business, one of the ultimate heels of this business, Rowdy Roddy Piper, passing away a couple days ago. Took the absolute wrestling universe, the internet wrestling universe, by storm. It was just not something that anybody was expecting. He was just interviewed a couple of days before regarding the Hulk Hogan situation, where he went out and said, give Hogan a break, blah, blah, blah. And, and then to lose Piper at such an early age is just an ongoing epidemic of losing former wrestling superstars at such early ages for such just unexplainable reasons. A heart attack in his sleep, a guy who beat cancer, and everything was kind of pointing up, and he had his own podcast, and he was heavily involved in the business and talking about it, and it's just a very, very, very sad thing. And at this time, we'd like to do what we do for every fallen wrestler and do our 10-bell salute to Roderick George Toombs, better known as Rowdy Roddy Piper.
For anybody in the audience who's got a birthday today, happy birthday to you.
And if you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Birthday. Gonna have a good time.
And we got some birthday shout-outs, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into the program. Happy birthday goes out there to Damage alum number 21, Jason Fairbairn. Happy birthday goes out to Damage alum number 69, John Rome Jr. Happy birthday, John. Former guests on the show celebrating their birthday this last 2 weeks. Nicole Bourne, happy birthday. One of our favorite guests, Thunder Rosa, happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to one of my faves, Nyla Rose, happy birthday. And Cadence Kelly, happy birthday to all of you celebrating your birthday this last 2 weeks, since we had a week off last week. And everybody celebrating their birthday with Damage 365.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hello, this is the intrepid traveler, Paul London. Good journey, y'all. When you're ready to whip your rock out, do it with Coach Kev at Damage 365 Radio.
Suppy world, coming to you straight from the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. This is the greatest tag team in New York City. Hell, the greatest tag team in professional wrestling, the Scumbag Nation. I am Rude Boy Riley.
And I am the American Nightmare, Logan Black.
Like I said, here we stand in the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore. It is located in the English Town Flea Market, Green Building, booth 35.
And I'll tell you, they sell all things related to wrestling, my friends. They got kids and adult t-shirts and lucha masks, DVDs from all over the world, action figures, tickets to local indie events. Hell, they'll probably sell you a kitchen sink if you ask for it.
And if you want that kitchen sink, if you've got some dirty dishes, make sure to like them on Facebook. That is facebook.com/Funkenstein Inc.
Once again, this is the Scumbag Nation reminding you, if you want anything that has to do with wrestling, there's no better place to go than Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore.
Thanks again, Rude Boy Riley
and Logan Black.
This is Tito Santana, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio. Arriba!
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Program, we caught up with Hot Rod, and he had these comments.
Ric Flair, huh? The real World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Must be a little tiny, itsy world you come from with munchkins in it and basset hounds that don't bark. 'Cause you've been doing enough barking for them all. See, me, I'm real plain and simple and direct. They call me Hot Rod. Everybody knows it. I don't have to say what I am, 'cause I've done it. That's the difference between you and me. You talk about it, I do it. Oh, you want to come out in the frilly robes? You're so cute. Of course, I come out in a kilt. Someone says I'm cute, and I bury my fist down their throat. You want to have a party? You want to see how tough you are? Come on down. The water's fine, but it's up to here.
And it's only fitting that we have this Saturday night main event music playing. During our part, we will reveal to you the winner of the greatest tag teams of all time tournament that saw the Legion of Doom, aka the Road Warriors, take on the Hart Foundation. And that would be the original Hart Foundation, Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Bret the Hitman Hart. And it was, without further ado, the winner of the 200 Tag Team Tournament. 8 rounds of spectacular wrestling. It was the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, defeating the Hart Foundation and winning the greatest tag teams of all time tournament, putting them on the top with Hart Foundation the runner-up. So congratulations to Hawk and Animal of the Road Warriors, also known as the Legion of Doom, manager Paul Ellering, and the runner-up Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Brett the Hitman Hart, the Hart Foundation. A great tournament. Like we said, 200 of the greatest tag teams of all time were in it, and it came down to the last 2, and it was the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, victorious, and I just can't wait for the next tournament. As we said a couple of weeks ago, we are in the process of making the greatest dream matches that have never happened before tournament, and we started putting some together. We said probably, I don't know if we'd come up with 64 or not, but fooling around with it for about 10 minutes, we already had something like 30 matches made. So it's looking like it could be a 64 match tournament of the greatest fantasy matches, the greatest matches that have never happened, the dream matches that you've always wanted to see. We're still waiting some feedback from other people. If you want to be heard on this, let us know. Skype at Damage365 Radio, Facebook.com/Damage365, or Damage365 Radio at Twitter. Let us know who you think the greatest matches of all time could have been, but we'll never get to see it. Whether the wrestlers aren't alive, they're retired, or they just wrestled in different eras. Whatever it is you feel would have been the greatest match that we've never seen and we'll never get to see, you let us know. Nothing's held back, so if it happens to be that wrestler that we don't name on this show, that Canadian guy, you can let us know. He will be listed as that Canadian guy, but he is still involved in this. Actually, I think he's already on there 3 times. So, again, if you feel there's any match that you would have loved to see, but you never going to have the chance to see, that fantasy match, that dream match, you let us know at Twitter, Damage365 Radio, Skype, Damage365 Radio, and on Facebook, Facebook.com/Damage365. And we'll definitely get that on there. We'll give kudos to whoever submitted it. And I'm looking forward to that. Right, like I said, we have about 30 matches already inputted into the system. So, what's another 34 matches? We could get a 64 tournament. Not a problem. Let's talk a little Rowdy Roddy Piper briefly before we go to a commercial break. Because then when we come back, we're going to get into a recap of CTW Wrestling live from South Amboy, New Jersey, which happened yesterday. Rowdy Roddy Piper. There's not much more you can say about the guy. We're going to play some clips a little bit later on in the show, leading up to his Hall of Fame induction and including his Hall of Fame induction speech. Roddy Piper was a one of a kind, and you know, there's a lot of things that some people kind of forgot about Rowdy Piper. Yes, he did have a Scottish heritage background, but he was Canadian. He was born in Saskatchewan, Canada, and he in 1954. He was Canadian. You know, it's funny because, you know, we have all these Canadian wrestlers like Edge and Christian and Jericho and others, just to name a few, and Trish. Don't want to forget about Trish Stratus, and here's a Canadian wrestler that, because he had the Scottish background and he got billed from Glasgow and put a kilt, and he was a bagpipe player, and they gave him the entrance music, and boom. I mean, it's one of those gimmicks that you scratch your head and say, I don't